Hi guys. I'm actually redoing this video because I misunderstood originally what we had to do for it. My first one is just me rearranging the images and what I felt best for sequences, pretty much. And so this one pretty much talks about my work this semester. So I would have to say, first off, that I just used a home printer, and that was probably the worst idea ever. It was the only thing I had available this past week for prints. So uh, next time, definitely, which printing is nothing new to me. I do it all the time, and I've been doing it for honestly since high school, and I'm still doing it to this day, and I probably always will. But this is the first time that I've printed anything out from a home printer. And I would have to say the images are just god awful. But, I did what I had to do for the assignment, and I still did sequences, and you can see that not only did the image quality become horrible because it was a home regular printer, but it actually ran out of ink towards my last two pages. So there's a couple in here that are just funky looking, and that's because the ink was running out. So, but I still wanted to include them because you can still pretty much see what they were, but definitely not the color of them. I'm just going off of what I know of the images. So you guys can see the original colors and the right, things like that in the contact sheets. But for this, I just decided to keep them, and I still included them in the sequencing, just because, that's all I had. So I first did this sequence right here. They were all pretty much similar in color and, nature related, and I decided to stick with macros this semester and really focus on that in particular because that's one thing that I enjoy to do just on my free time, and I don't get a lot of time to do macros, so I really wanted to practice more on that and pretty much build my portfolio more with that. And I think these are a part of the old last week's images that I've already had in my portfolio, and I've shot some new ones like these up here. It's more of macros, and I really wanted to focus on texture on this week too, and that's what these three were really. I feel like this one and this one with my old shots are probably my favorite out of this week, and when it comes to sequencing. Let's see. The printer did pretty bad on this one. It's really dark, and also that one. But I put these together because they're all blue, and so I can just rearrange them in different ways like that. That way. And oh yeah, and then this group right here was probably my favorite as well. You can see that one got a little messed up with the printer, but for the most part, I like these four. Just the richness of the green and the different tones of green that they were able to have. I really like those a lot. So the image quality was honestly horrible. But the process of me shooting was great. I was able to find more textures other than nature, and that was my intention with the second week. Kind of steer away from nature because I already have a lot of that, and so I wanted to get different textures in there as well. Let's see, the challenges I had with shooting more for this week is actually finding subjects that weren't nature. I found to come out that it was really kind of difficult for me to find subjects other than nature to take for macros, so that was a really big challenge for me. And then obviously another challenge was the printing situation, which is fine, but it, you know, it does job for the most part for me anyway, because I know how the images actually look. um let's see, I really didn't do anything else. I did just, I guess the discovery was the same as my challenge, to pretty much you have to really start digging for subjects when it comes to macros, because a lot of it's just going to be seem like nature, but there's a lot more out there that can get covered by macros. The image that's my favorite would have to be, I really wanted to choose some of the new images that I was able to capture, even though I got a lot of non-nature textures in there. I also got a few new nature ones in there as well, because I honestly couldn't help myself, because I just love the nature in general. So that's, they would have to be, these four would be a favorite, and then also these up here as well would have to be my favorite, and I can show you guys that on the computer. So for the most part, they're honestly not that bad. It's really just the lighting with the prints that can be very dark from the printer and everything like that. But for example, like this one, you can't really see, but it's like that, and then it's a lot more rich on the computer. So the normal home computer definitely takes out the richness of the colors and the saturation. You can see there for that brown one, and then this green one as well. That one actually, I would have to say, isn't that bad. It would just have to be brightened up a little bit more, but for the most part, that's kind of the same thing. And then another one of my favorites was this one, and I would have to say again, the colors are actually spot on. It would just have to be the brightness of the photo, because on the computer it's a lot brighter. The whites are a lot are popping more and everything like that than the actual print from the home printer. So yep, that would have to do it. Thanks, guys.